here. Okay, we are now going to apply how to use the breaking down of forces into vertical and horizontal. And we have an example here. We're going to calculate the total forces acting along the x and y axis. And we're going to have a sign convention. Sum of all forces going to the right will be positive, and all forces acting going to the left will be negative. And all forces going up, vertical, will be a positive one, and going down will be negative. So this will be our sign convention. And we have also a trig functions that we're going to use. We have the sine, cosine, and tangent, but most probably these two will be used in this problem. Okay? So let's start to solve this one. Okay. So here, we have our 5 kilonewton incline going to the right, 30 degrees. So we're going to break this down into two components, horizontal and vertical. So let's do it. So we're going to break this down into its horizontal component. There you go. So this will be our x going to the right, positive. And this will be our vertical component. There you go. Okay. Now, as you can see here, we are going to solve first all the forces acting along the x-axis. So here, acting along the x-axis, this x will be what? Adjacent side of this triangle. So, adjacent side. Which one of these two are we going to use? Adjacent side, cosine. I'm going to use cosine. So here, say cosine. Cosine of 30 degrees is equal to adjacent side over hypotenuse. What's hypotenuse? 5 kilonewton. To solve for x, I'm just going to put 1 here. So I can cross multiply here and here. 1 multiplied by x is x. And this one, 5 kilonewton multiplied by cosine of 30. So 5 kilonewton multiplied by cosine of 30 degrees. So now here, this is my force acting along the x-axis going to the right. This one. So I'm going to put it here. Okay. 5 kilonewton multiplied by cosine of 30 degrees. Now what next? We're going to this quadrant here. So we're going to break this one into two components also. My angle is here, so I'm going to break it down here. There. So this will be my y, and this will be my x. There, this will be my x. But my x is going to the left, it will be negative. So there you go. So here, I'm interested along the x-axis. So what is this one? What part of this one in your trig function? This is an opposite side. So if this is an opposite side, what trig function I'm going to use? Opposite side, these two. Remember, we are only using these two functions. So with these two, which one has the opposite side? Sine. So I'm going to try sine. Sine of 40 degrees is equal to opposite side. Which is the opposite side? That one, negative x over hypotenuse of 6 kilonewton. So to solve for this one, I'm just going to put 1 here. Then I'm going to cross multiply. Cross multiply. So 1 multiplied by negative x, that will be negative x, is equal to 6 kilonewton. 6 kilonewton sine of 40 degrees. Remember, when you have a sign, okay, on your variable, transfer it to your numerical value. Transfer it. Lipat nyo. X will be like this. 6 kilonewton sine of 40 degrees. Now, this one, this is the force. Now, so I'm going to put it here. So it will be negative 6 kilonewton. 6 kilonewton sine of 40 degrees. Now, the third one, I'm going to break this down also into 2 components. So this is 50. So this one will be my breaking down. There. There will be my y. Because it's going down, it will be negative y. And this one here like this. So going to the left, this will be also negative x. So to solve for I'm interested in the x direction, this one, x, and this is opposite side. And that's opposite side. Opposite side is sine. I'm also going to use sine. Okay, say here, sine of 50 degrees is equal to opposite side, negative x over hypotenuse. What's your hypotenuse? 7 kilonewton. 7 kilonewton. So to solve for x, I'm just put a 1 here. Okay? When you put on the denominator a number 1, it doesn't change anything because anything that is divided by 1, it will be itself. So no changes. So I can cross multiply it here. I can cross multiply it here. 1 multiplied by negative x, that will be negative x, which will equal to 7 kilonewton sine of 50 degrees. Okay, I'll just erase this one. Sine of 50 degrees. Sine of 50 degrees. There you go. Then you have a negative sign on your variable. Transfer it to the numerical value. X is equal to negative 7 kilonewton sine of 50 degrees. There you go. So this my x will be this value. So I'll put it here. Negative 7 kilonewton sine of 50 degrees. There you go. Then we're going to calculate this one. So here, we have an answer of negative 4.889 kilonewton. Now we're going now to calculate for the vertical forces. So we're going to have the sum of forces along the y-axis. Going up is positive and going down will be negative. So here, we have y going up, that will be positive, and it is opposite. So, opposite side, we're going to use sine. Okay, so let's say sine of 30 degrees is equal to opposite side over hypotenuse of 5 kilonewton. So I'll just put my 1 here, then I cross multiply. So it will turn out to be 1 multiplied by y, that will be y is equal to 5 kilonewton sine of 30 degrees. So here, my y, this one going up will be 5 kilonewton, okay, sine of 30 degrees. Then the next one, we're interested in the vertical. So it is an adjacent side. So we're going to use cosine. Adjacent side. Cosine. Going up, still positive. So cosine of 40 degrees is equal to adjacent side, okay, over hypotenuse of 6 kilonewton. I'll just put 1 here, then I'll cross multiply. Then 1 multiplied by y is y, which is equal to 6 kilonewton cosine of 40 degrees. So for this part, ito pala. So this is positive, so this is plus. Plus 6 kilonewton. Okay, cosine of 40 degrees. Now, how about this one? It's going down, so negative y. So it is also 50, adjacent side also. Adjacent side, so we're going to use cosine. So let's try cosine. Cosine of 50 degrees is equal to what? Adjacent side, okay, adjacent side over hypotenuse of 7 kilonewton. So I'll just put 1 here. So I cross multiply. And I'll cross multiply. 1 multiplied by negative y is negative y is equal to 7 kilonewton cosine of 50 degrees. Okay, you have a negative sign in the variable. Transfer this sign always to your numerical value. So y is equal to negative 7 kilonewton cosine of 50 degrees. So for this part, I'm going to place it here. Negative 7 kilonewton, okay, cosine of 50 degrees. So it will be equal to, okay, so turn out to be 597 kilonewton, and that is the forces acting along the y-axis. And you can calculate this one much faster when you are always practicing solving this type of problem. So probably you don't need to use this one. So you can calculate it directly. Just try to solve and practice.